Hello, this is Danny from Danny Design Studio. Thank you very much for watching me again today. We're on day 11 of the 12 Days of Christmas series, and if these videos are something you like and would like to see more, then please like and subscribe by pressing the subscribe button at the right hand side of the screen. Then you'll be sent notifications of when I upload and you won't miss anything. And you can also catch up on past videos. So today we're going to be making these little projects, the decorative stamped Christmas candle, and I'm going to show you how to actually print your stamped image onto your candle, which is quite a lovely technique, especially for Christmas time. So what I've done is I've used these little acetate boxes. Now they're from the annual catalogue, page 152, clear tiny treat boxes, and they're 2 by 2 by 2 in inches, so 16 boxes for £6.75, and they're also food safe. And I'm using the Poinsettia Place DSP that I've used a lot of. I thought this is quite a nice little image because it's nice and little for something like this. So I think this is mistletoe. So I'm going to use that. We need some candles. So the candles I have bought, I think it came in a pack of 12, and this was from Sainsbury's, but I have also seen it in IKEA. And these candles are 1.5 inches in diameter, so they're sort of perfect for this little project, fit perfectly into here. And they're 1.5 inches in height as well, so we need one of those, and need the paper, and we need a little bit of tissue. So we're going to start with decorating the actual candle. So first of all I need an image of some sort. So I've looked at Wrapped in Christmas and I thought I've used Peace on Earth, which I actually love, that little stamped image, and I thought I'm going to use it again. I used it on the red here, so I think I'm going to use that again. So I just need my block, the Peace on Earth, and just get a block, and then your ink that you need is a permanent ink, so the Stays On jet black, or any sort of Stays On ink is the best thing. So you then get your tissue paper. I've also got an embossing buddy here. You can use some sort of anti-static piece of material that you can just clean any dirt or debris off your candle, and again the same with your tissue paper. So you then put your stamped image onto your tissue paper. Whoops, put that away because I'll get it everywhere otherwise. So then I'm going to cut the tissue paper just what I need. I'm going to cut that out. I don't need all of this. So it's nice to actually try this sort of method on a little project, just to see how you get on with it. So as you can see here, it's standing in a little base that we're going to make. So you need your image to be a bit higher up, like that. So sometimes it sticks and sometimes it doesn't, but what I have done is I've made a little bit of greaseproof paper. Not made it, I'm sorry, I've cut it, and I'm going to keep it in place with this greaseproof paper, because what you're going to do is you're going to heat this in a sec, like that. Get your heating tool. I'm just warming it up for a minute, but what I'm going to do is, as I heat that and I see it slightly changing colour, I'm going to stop, because that is it, and you will see it as I'm doing it. You can see that the underneath is slowly melting onto the candle. It gets very hot. So that's why it's easier, and that's it, I think. Seconds. You can see that that has actually melted onto the candle. Just peel it off carefully, and that's it. And then the tissue paper's just been absorbed into the candle. So we're going to put that aside for the moment, and then move on to the next stage. Now the next stage is trying to find my little box. So they come in a pack like this, and sometimes you get a bit of film over it. Just need to take that off and throw that away. And then you need to crease this really nicely with your bone folder. Open it up and get the creases nice, so that I've got a bit of film there as well, and there seems to be everywhere. So then you're going to pop these down. This is the base, and that sort of fits into there. That's your base, and then this is your top. And there, and then this is your lid. You need to bend that inwards. I'll not be able to get it out now. There we go. So that is going to fit in snugly into there. Now I've just gone and done something with my bone folder, so I'll have to clean that in a sec. But there we go, that's your box. So then you are going to make this backing. That's the first thing. So your backing is five and 15/16 by 1 15/16. It's slightly less than 2, only because it'll fit in nice and neatly then. So you're then going to score it. So you need your trimmer. You're going to score it with the long side at the top. You're going to score it at 2. That's your scoring blade. Cutting blade you're putting away. Scoring at 2 and then 4. So I am going with this end bit, because it's two sort of colours, two patterns on either side, and that's going to be sat like that at the back. I didn't want that pattern to be showing, so I'm going to, I've made that so that it doesn't really show. So I'm then going to glue that down, and then that is going to go at the back here, but I haven't finished with it yet because I need to make this little base down here. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to get a piece of the same DSP, and that is 3 15/16 times 3 15/16, so it's a square. Then I'm going to score that at 1/2 inch, which is there, and 1 inch, and this is the same all the way round. So 1/2 and 1 inch. Now I'm doing it in inches, but on my website I will put all the metric measurements on, but I think it's easier to just say inches for the moment while I'm explaining to you, because otherwise we'll all get muddled up. So you're scoring like that on all 4 sides. You then burnish it on all 4 sides. And then in this square in the middle, I just show you this square in the middle, you want to put a little circle because the candle is going to sit in that circle. So I'm using the layering circle frame that dies, and I'm using the plain one, and for this candle I'm using the one that is just over 1.5 inches. I've measured it on my grid paper. So then I'm gonna just put it into position, and the easiest way to do that is actually either have a magnetic plate, or if you haven't got a magnetic plate, I use a few post-it notes. Everybody's got post-it notes, so it's easy to just keep it in place because you want it within that square. So then you're going to put the sticky bit. Where's the sticky? There we go, there's the sticky. And then when you put it through, you'll have to take this out, obviously. Now they're going to fall apart. Dear. There we go. So you have to open this out, and then that will go through your die cutter. So I have done that already. Take the sticky off. You're left with a little disc like that, and we're going to use that, so don't throw it away. And then you're going to cut. So you've got these four little rectangles here, if you can see, and then you're going to cut up here and cut up here, and you want these 3 rectangles to go. So then this is my little tab, so I'm just going to cut that at an angle, and then the same thing here on each side. You're going to cut up and you're just going to go all the way round. So these are your little tabs. I'll just show you on the white paper and then you can see. These 4 are your little tabs that are going to actually make the box, and then this bit here is going to stick underneath so that it doesn't move around the candle. Sometimes if you don't have that, then it flips up a little bit and it doesn't look as nice. So then you glue it. So just glue these little tabs. This one, and then that one is going to go underneath as well. So I'm actually going to gently, you don't need Stamp and Seal Plus to be honest, but I haven't got my other one. You just need Stamp and Seal, or you could have the Tear and Tape will do, or because this is such a small project, you could even just have the wet glue. It will dry in seconds. So you're just going to make the box up now. So this is the little stand that will hold your candle in place so it doesn't roll around, and it's just nice for presentation. This is quite a nice little project for using up scraps of DSP, because as you can see, it really is, you don't need a huge amount. Now what I'm going to do is actually make this bit of the box up and put that down that side and that side. So, and then you're going to use that on the inside. So ready to make it up. So that's your back. This is going to lay flat in the box, so you need it to just line up here. Like that. And then inside you can just put this, because it's obviously, you can see that bit and it doesn't look nice. So it's better if you have that little disc, and it just makes it a nicer appearance. So then this should sit in your box, because we've made it slightly. What I was going to do is put some little glue dots on the bottom. And then it won't ride up. So take your bone folder, pop it in, and because we've made it a scrap, we made it slightly under 2 inches. It should fit perfectly in there. So there we go. We're ready to put our candle in. Now that should have dried off nicely. So the other thing is, now what you can do is put a little glue dot just to secure your candle in place as well, just on the bottom. Doesn't want to come off. Oops. Oh, sticking to my fingers now. Right, and another one this side, and then there we go. It's going to put your, you're going to put your stamped image at the front, and there we go. So then, I'm sorry about this, I don't know what I've done here, but you can just clean that off. I can clean that off. So there we go. So the next bit is to do our little sort of band on the top. So I've got a bit of vellum. Now the vellum is 9.5 by 1.5. So what I'm then going to do is score it very lightly. Vellum is very, very delicate, so I'm just going to score it very lightly at 1.5, and this, when I'm scoring this, it's not the same pressure as I was doing before, because if you just score it with any amount of pressure like you do with the papers or the card, it will just tear it. So it's a really light pressure, 3.5 and 5.5, and then 7.5. So it's a really very light sort of score line that I'm just going to fold delicately, and I can just about see it. There we go. So that is going to go around that to fit it snugly. Now before I glue it all together, I'm going to print on it. So that's my top. These are the two sides that I'm going to print on. So I have chosen the Wrapped in Christmas because they've got the stamp will actually fit on the side, and you can use whatever you like really, but you need to use something that will fit the side. So I'm going to choose, that one's quite a nice one, or a little something for you. I think that's quite nice. So again, you have to use the Stays On ink because it's a permanent. And I just need a little block again. I'm going to pop that on there. So that's the top bit. So I need to put it on these two. So I'm going to just mount it up, and I like this image because it's, you don't have to get it straight. So that's there. I'm a bit at an angle, so it's difficult for me to see, but just to dry that off, I'm going to just use the heat tool on that, and that's a little bit not as nice as I would like, but anyway, you get the picture. That one's a bit better, but I'm going to put that aside to dry for the moment, and then I'm going to work on the little poinsettia. So the poinsettia dies, which I've kept it all together, the ones that I've used. So this is what I've used, the medium little poinsettia. Now, to be honest, the dies, I just love the dies on their own. So the medium poinsettia goes on the white, and this fits in, this is the sort of the leafy petals. Now it only fits in one particular way, so what I do is look for the one that's the really curvy bit on the leaf, and that aligns up to maybe that really curvy bit, so then I know it fits together. If you can see what I mean, if you put it that way, it doesn't quite fit. So there's only one way it will fit, and I look at that really curvy bit there, which is that and that one. So they will line up just like that. So I need two of those, which I have already got, and it's the same with the leaves. I've got a bigger leaf and a little leaf with the little inner leafy bits that go in the middle, and I've put that onto garden green, and then these little berries I've got onto vellum, because then that will tie in with the vellum that goes around the actual candle. And then this little bit is the middle bit, and that is in Bumblebee, but you can do it whatever you like. So I've already cut that out for speed. So I'm just going to put these away, otherwise I'm going to lose them. So on here, those are my vellum I've already cut out. These are the garden green, because the garden green I've chosen because that's what is picked up in the little mistletoe there. And that's the Bumblebee middle section. Now this is what I've done on here, is I've used a little colouring in the middle and a bit of Wink of Stella, because it's Christmas, isn't it? So on there I'm just going to dab a bit of my garden green, and I'm just going to make a very light, sorry, I'm moving the table now. I'm just going to move the camera a little bit because I'm moving the table too much. And then same with this one, with my sponge dauber on the end of my finger, and that's really all you need, just to give it a bit of dimension. And then with the Wink of Stella, it's quite nice because it gives you a bit of shimmer, and it's really quick and easy. Same with that petal. And that's it. That's how quick and easy it is. Then I need some, which I haven't taken out, some stamping dimensionals, and I'm going to put this all together. So with this, I want a bit of 3D effect. So I'm going to get my bone folder and I'm going to curl it round like this. That's one petal. That's that one. With this, I was going to use the Wink of Stella on this as well, I forgot. Right. The Wink of Stella is a lovely pen that actually gives you a little bit of glimmer. And with these leaves, I've just folded it in the middle a little bit. And that's my bit that I'm going to glue. So we're going to make it all up now. So on here, going to get a bit of dimension, build it up. The stamping dimensionals, offset that, and then this I've put the end of my take your pick tool and curved it up a little bit, and then that is sort of a perfect little area to put my dimension in there, and then that is going to go in the middle. Then my glue, I'm going to use wet glue I think on here, and wet glue on there, and then that is just gonna, you're just building up your little flower, and then what I'm going to do, I'm leaving it there for the moment because I'm going to put this on now. This should have dried nicely. So I'm going to just put that round here. And put some glue on there. It's always best to do it around it because you might find that you do it without it being there, and then you find that actually I can't put it on now because it's too tight. So there we go. So then if you put that on there, you can get the idea of what it's going to look like. So these I think are slightly too long, so I'm just going to cut the ends off. I don't want them sticking out too much. And then it's going to go there. And then I'm going to put a big blob of glue and sort of angle it so that I know roughly where I want it. And then this is going to go on the top where I'm happy with it. So that will take a few seconds, but there we go. Sorry about this bit, but you get the idea. So this is Pear Pizzazz because that's what is in this DSP, so I've picked that up. But in this DSP it's Garden Green, so that's why you've got a slightly different colour. But there we go, those 3 little projects, which I think are quite nice. And then maybe another time we can do a bigger candle and put a stamped image on that candle. But so I hope you will have a go at making these projects, and thank you again for watching me. Until next time, happy stamping, crafters.
If you like this video, please click the like button below, and please subscribe and select the bell icon to all to receive notifications of when I upload. Thank you.